Hi there. In this video we're going to have a look at expressing fractions as percentages. Here's an example. A milk tanker is 17/25 full. What percentage of the tanker is full? How about you have a go at this before I go into the teaching of it? How'd you go? So one way to do this is by going straight to the calculator. We've got 17/25 and we're trying to find what percentage is that. So we need to change this into a percentage. On the calculator, what you would do is just divide the numerator by the denominator. So 17 divided by 25, execute. And of course that will give you the decimal. Once you've got the decimal, all you need to do is multiply it by 100. And that will give you the percent. So 17/25 is 68%. So again, 17 divided by 25. Okay, find the answer to that, 0.68. And then you want to multiply that by 100. So for any fraction, divide first and then multiply by 100. See if you can have a go at these problems. So pause the video now, have a go, and then I'll go over them. How'd you go with those? Generally speaking, you would find these types of problems as word problems. So it's really good to practice lots and lots of word problems. So there is 3/8 of a block of chocolate left. What percentage is this? So we've got 3/8 and we're trying to find what percentage is this. Okay, again, just 3 divided by 8. Find the answer to that and then multiply that by 100. So on my calculator, 3 divided by 8 and then multiply that by 100, I get 37.5%. So 37.5%, and that is the same as 3/8. Next question. 17/30 of Freddie's garden has vegetables in it. What percentage of his garden doesn't have vegetables? So a slight trick to this question. First of all, we know that 17/30 has vegetables. And we're asked what percentage of his garden doesn't have vegetables. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. First of all, 17/30 has vegetables, therefore 13/30 don't have vegetables. So then we would find out what 13/30 is as a percentage. So to my calculator, 13 divided by 30, execute, and then multiply that by 100. I get 43.33333, etc. percent. Now you could just round that to 43.3% and in brackets write 1 dp. So 43.3%. But that is not as accurate as if we would write this part of the decimal as a fraction. So you may just know that 0.33333 is a third, but using your calculator, what you can do is once you've got this decimal like this, if you press Shift and then the FD button, it will change it into a fraction. So this is a mixed number, so we can rewrite this percentage as 43.33%. So this would be far more accurate than this one here. So again, it's Shift and the FD button will change the fractional part into a fraction so that you can write the percentage with that part there as a fraction. Okay, the next one Kelly has her wages deposited fortnightly into her bank account. She saves 2/15 of her wages. What percentage is this? So 2/15, and we're changing that to a percentage. So straight to the calculator, 2 divided by 15 equals, multiply that by 100 equals, we get 13.333%, which from the previous question we know would be 13 1/3%. So on the calculator, if you select Shift and then the FD button, it will change it to a mixed number. So that would be 13 1/3%. Okay, here's a couple more. You can pause the video at this point and have a go at these ones. So how'd you go with those? Let's have a look at the question. We've got 5/9 of people on a course are male. What percentage of people are female? Okay, so what percentage are female? If 5/9 are male, then 4/9 are going to be female. So we want to find the percentage that 4/9 is. So on our calculator, 4 divided by 9, execute, and multiply that by 100. We get 44.4444, etc. %. And then I'm going to change this to make it a bit more accurate by selecting Shift and the FD button. So I get 44 4/9. So that will be the percentage. So 44 4/9%. Next question. In a school, 4/7 of the students take art. So 4/7 take art. What percentage do not take art? Okay, so what percentage do not take art? So of course, if 4/7 take art, then 3/7 do not take art. Okay, and we're finding what percentage do not take art. So we want to change 3/7 into a percentage. So on our calculator, 3 divided by 7 times 100. And then I'm going to go Shift FD, and I get 42 6/7%. So this is equal to 42 6/7%. So that would be the accurate answer. Okay, now I've got 25/16. So we need to convert that to a percentage. Notice where the numerator is larger than the denominator. So we're going to, as a fraction, that would involve a whole number. Okay, so if we were thinking about fractions, that would be 1 whole, and 9/16. Okay, so 16/16 there plus 9/16 will give us 25/16. So that's 1 9/16. Anytime we have a fraction that's over a whole, when we convert that to a percentage, we're going to get a percentage that is over 100%. So I'm going to plug that number there into the calculator. So 25 divided by 16, then multiply that by 100. So I get 156.25%, and I'm just going to leave it like that because it's a terminating decimal. So 156.25%, and that's okay to leave it like that. The last question, what is 3 9/14 as a percentage? So I'm going to use my ABC button here just to have a look at what it looks like. So 3 9/14, to enter that into the calculator, 3, then ABC, 9, ABC button again, 14, and then execute. And what that does is it gives me the improper fraction. So 3 9/14 is actually 51 over 14. If I press the FD button at this point, that will change it to a decimal. So I've got my decimal. I'm going to now multiply that by 100. So times 100 equals, and what this does is that it gives me back the improper fraction. If you just look at this number here, 3.642857, etc., if you multiply that by 100 just in your head, you will realize that you're going to get 364.2857143%. And that is the same as this fraction here, 2,550 over 7. Now if I press Shift and then the FD button, that will give it to me as the mixed number. So 364 and 2/7. So that's going to be the percentage. So 364 and 2/7%. You could actually just write that as, if you wanted to round it, could write it as 364 point, let's say 29%, if we were rounding it to 2 dp. But this percentage here would be the most accurate percentage. Thanks for watching.